Standpoint is a monthly British cultural and political magazine. Its premiere issue was published in May 2008, the first launch of a major current affairs publication in the UK in more than a decade. Standpoint is based in London and was co-founded by Daniel Johnson, Miriam Gross, Jonathan Foreman and Michael Mosbacher. Johnson is its editor. The magazine describes its core mission as being to celebrate Western civilization, its arts and its values, in particular democracy, debate and freedom of speech, at a time when they are under threat. The magazine is broadly center-right in orientation, but aims to include a broad church, and to capitalize on the realignment of political attitudes. In the wake of the September 11, 2001 attacks, the magazine has sought to revive the art of the essay in Britain, calling itself a response to a market swamped by the journalistic equivalent of fast food. Features. Notable features of the magazine include dialogue interviews, in which two experts, often with opposing views, discuss an issue of contemporary importance. An edited transcript of the conversation is then published in the magazine. Recent examples include playwright Simon Gray discussing the role of theatre in society with critic Charles Spencer, the former Chancellor Nigel Lawson discussing global warming with Tory policy chief Oliver Letwin, Lionel Shriver discussing NHS challenges with Carol Sikora, the Secretary of State for Education Michael Gove debating school reform with Chris Woodhead, and Nicholas Mosley and Sir Raymond Carr discussing the rise of fascism in Britain. The magazine also devotes significant space to new poetry and the visual arts. The first edition included new drawings by David Hockney, and a recent issue includes new poems by Geoffrey Hill. Standpoint is self-consciously transatlantic in both style and content, and has been compared to America's National Review, which greeted the launch of Standpoint by publishing an article ending with the words, "Rejoice and subscribe." Quote, considering itself a rare pro-American voice in the UK, it aims to introduce American writers and American intellectual style to British readers. Well-known contributors to the magazine have included Clive James, Jonathan Bate, Michael Burley, Ian Bostridge, Joseph Bottom, Julie Burchell, Robert Conquest, George Walden and Douglas Murray, Paul Wolfowitz, Alan Massey, Piers Paul Red, Craig Rain, Joseph Epstein, and Tibor Fisher. Bloggers on the Standpoint online website include Michael Burley, Nick Hohen, Peter Whittle, Jessica Dutchin and Joshua Rosenberg. Controversy. Standpoint ignited nationwide controversy with its first issue, in which Michael Nazir Ali, the Bishop of Rochester, called for the Church to regain a prominent position in public life and blamed the newfangled and insecurely founded doctrine of multiculturalism for entrenching the segregation of communities. Nazir Ali claimed that the decline in Christianity and the rise of liberal values in the UK during the 1960s had created a moral vacuum which Islamic extremism threatened to fill. We have argued that it is necessary to understand where we have come from, to guide us to where we are going, and to bring us back when we wander too far from the path of national destiny. The bishop wrote. The Guardian newspaper devoted its leader-led editorial to criticizing the bishop, although it described his writing as neatly underlining Standpoint's expressed intent to defend and celebrate Western civilization. Nazir Ali was condemned by the Ramadan Foundation and the president of the National Secular Society, who accused him of doing the BNP's work, but was praised by the Daily Telegraph. Origins. Standpoint was founded in May 2008 and immediately labeled a right-wing answer to journals such as Prospect, The advisory board includes, amongst others, playwright Tom Stoppard, tenor Ian Bostridge, the Labour MP and former minister Frank Field, artist David Hockney, Nigel Lawson, the former Chancellor, novelist V.S. Naipaul, and the Secretary of State for Education, Michael Gove. The first issue included art by David Hockney, poetry by Robert Conquest, criticism by Andrew Marr, articles by Ian Bostridge, Bishop Michael Nazir Ali, Yung Chang, Simon Sabag Montefiore, Tim Congdon, Michael Burley, Douglas Murray, Edward Lucas, Jane Ordlinger, Bruce Boyer, and Jonathan Bate. The second included an article by Melanie Phillips about the Mohammed al-Darar incident, claiming the boy was not dead and that it was a deadly fabrication. Regular columnists: The Mole, a different anonymous whistleblower each month, exposing scandals in government or industry. Marketplace, economic analysis by Tim Congdon. Points East and West, international politics commentary by Emmanuel Ottolenghi. The Outsider, political notes by Douglas Murray. On the Contrary, musings on life's trials and tribulations by Lionel Shriver. Living History, international politics commentary by Michael Burley. European Eye, notes from the continent by Mara Delius. Jurisprudence, legal commentary from Joshua Rosenberg. Official website, digital edition of Standpoint from Exact Editions.com.